Well, hello and welcome to Main Street Living. How you doing there, Danielle?
So good. How are we doing, Mr. Quincy Carr?
She said, "Mr. Quincy Carr, I feel
Yes.
so important right now." No,
Yes.
I'm doing great. But as our viewers can see, we're missing our third family member here, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Right?
We told Cheryl to take a hike, and she took it literally.
Yes. Yes, she is hiking and she's enjoying herself. But we know that she'll be so refreshed and everything once she comes back. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be a great show today. One quick thing, like I was noticing, like my daughter was telling me about some of the young things that people do. Because I'm an old person. That's what she calls me, old person.
Sure.
And,
Sure.
You said, "Sure, you agree?" That's horrible.
No. Yeah.
She was telling me about certain words that certain slang and stuff that they use, and I was telling her, well, what about stuff that we use? Like, there's an abbreviation during the coronavirus, WFH. Like, do you know what that is?
Yeah. Yeah. Work from home.
See, I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, well, first of all I heard was WF, and I'm like, what? No, let's not finish that. I was like, I don't know what abbreviations you're getting in summer camp, but we are not finishing that. And they said, yeah, that's work from home. And so I started doing a little bit of research, and I said, well, do you remember the show Clueless in the '90s? Did you ever watch that show?
I shamefully have not seen it, but I almost watched it last night. So it's funny you brought it up. No, I don't know the slang. Educate me.
Yeah. Well, they also, I believe it's starting to air episodes on Netflix as well. But
Yeah.
you watched The Fresh Prince, then you heard Will Smith use the word bugging. You bugging. It means you freaking out. You're feeling confused.
All right,
You bugging.
I'm worried about your knowledge here, so I'm gonna run through some words with you. Tell me if you know it or not.
Okay.
All right. Gucci.
Yeah, I've heard that.
What do you think it means?
I know what it means. It means that everything is all good, Danielle. So
It's all good. He nailed it. Perfect.
Yes.
1 for 1. All right. What
You
about
thought I
woke?
was too old. Woke? Yeah, that's just understanding what the times are, what the situation is. I'm woke.
Especially, Black Lives Matter right now. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that
woke.
one bugs me though because I'm kind of a grammar freak, and it should be awake. But yes, okay, we'll go woke. Sure.
Oh no! You are bugging, Danielle. Hey.
I am. I can't help it. It was ingrained in me in such a young age, the grammar thing. So what about ghosting someone?
Ghosting. Now I know what ghosting a ride is when you're like ghost riding.
Ghost ride the whip.
Right. See, that's something that y'all do on the West Coast, right? Like you stand
That's Bay
outside
Area.
the car as the car is
Yeah.
just rolling. Okay. All right. So
But
ghosting
not like
someone?
ghosting somebody?
Is that just leaving them while y'all are in a conversation or something?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I would give it to him. I'll give him that one. Yeah.
Nice.
So ghosting someone. It's like you're talking to someone and then they just suddenly fall off the face of the earth. Ghosting someone.
Gotcha.
See, this is happening in dating, so I feel like maybe that's not why you don't know that one. So I'll just give you that one. What about shook?
Shook. Yeah, like that's a term that I know in the rap world. Like if you say something and somebody is just a little nervous, you got them shook. Like
you got him
yeah.
shook. Yes.
Well,
I'm shook for today's show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I feel like we're SNL today because we have a live performer later. We have a musical performance later. Ellen Riccio, she's the backyard violinist. We're gonna get to hear her play later. So we're basically SNL now. So I think that's great.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a great show just overall. As we do always, we appreciate the viewers for tuning in. You are tuning into a great show. And when we come back, we're getting into a little bit of cycling. So you don't want to forget. You don't want to miss that. Don't forget it either. Don't forget us. But don't miss that. We'll be right back.
Don't forget Cheryl. Welcome back to Main Street Living. So Quincy and I sitting right now, a lot of us at home sitting, always sitting. Some of us enjoying that sitting. Some of us feel like need to get outside. And if you want to get outside and also sit, we have the perfect activity for you. So coming up next, we're going to take a look at a package by one of our other Yurview show hosts, JR. He hosts the show Sue Vida, and he's going to give us some cycling tips.
Hey everybody, I'm JR Cardenas. And today, we're gonna talk about cycling. Cycling is one of my biggest passions besides eating, cooking, and of course, hosting TV shows. Now, I've been cycling for about 15 years, and it started off as an opportunity to get out of the house, do some exercise, and then it turned into a big, big passion when people started noticing the weight loss. Not only did I lose weight, but I felt healthier. My immune system got better. My lungs got bigger, so I could intake more oxygen. My heart's pumping blood a lot better. So there's a lot of benefits to cycling besides just weight loss. A couple of things you need for cycling: a helmet, sunglasses if you're running during the day, which I highly recommend, water to make sure you stay hydrated, a repair kit in case you get a flat tire, and obviously a bike. Now, if you're barely starting cycling, I recommend that you take it easy. You know, ride at your pace, how fast you want to go, how slow you want to go. Ride by yourself, but make sure there's other cyclists around in case you need help with your bike and you get a flat tire. Experienced cyclists know how to do it, and they do it pretty quick. It's a learning process, so it takes some time to learn how to fix a tire. But once you get it down, you're good. Take with you some nutrition. You know, everybody is different. So some people burn all their calories quick. Some need some sugar. So there's gel packs you can bring, nutrition bars, all that stuff. The stuff you can throw into your water just to get some electrolytes going and get your body moving. Okay, so how do you track the amount of calories that you're burning? There's a million apps that you can download on your smartphone that'll track the distance, the cadence, the speed, your heart rate. You can buy a bike computer. If you've got an Apple Watch, that'll track the amount of calories that you're burning. You can actually set up the feature for road cycling or a bike ride, and it'll actually tell you how far you went, how fast you went, and how many calories you burned on that. But if you're barely starting, you don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is getting out there, pedaling your heart out, and enjoying the ride, the views, normally the people, but because of the pandemic, the fauna. Enjoy the fauna. And by the way, ride with your mouth closed. Bugs get into your mouth. That one was spicy. Best places to ride? Well, you can ride your bike to a coffee shop, to a bookstore, to work. You can do all that. Or if you want to just get exercise and go a little faster, you go to an isolated area like a state park. In my case, I'm at South Mountain State Park, one of the biggest parks in the United States. And they have a place where they actually gate up the street so you can't get cars in there. Only cyclists and runners can go in there, which is awesome. I got the whole mountain to myself. Enjoy the scenery. It's free to cycle. Go out there and get it and tackle your miles. And if you're on Strava, follow me on Strava. I'm JR Cardenas. I'll catch you guys later.
Look, I'm sweating just watching that video. Wow.
I need to go to a water park at this point.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's a lot. I'm sure he's fully drenched and he's got the outfit, but congrats to him definitely getting his weight down through cycling. So for someone else, they can definitely try it. So thank you, JR, for sharing that with us. We certainly appreciate it. And speaking of dripping wet and going to a water park, we're about to see if water parks are about to reopen. So can't wait for that next segment. Hey, welcome back to welcome back to Main Street Living. Oh no, you are okay. We are getting through this together. Like, my wife and I this summer we bought a slip and slide for our daughter, and then we actually had a water balloon fight, right? All that was fun. I'm just not looking forward to paying the water bill afterwards.
Sure. Yeah, that's why here in California we prefer the ocean, but the beaches are closed for 4th of July. The pool in my apartment complex is still closed. I want to get back in the water. So here to talk a little bit about some water fun, finally. Let's introduce our next guest, Shane Huish, the owner of Cowabunga Bay in Las Vegas. Shane, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
So tell us, did you guys have to shut down during COVID? I'm sure that was not easy for you.
Well, gosh, our water park season typically runs from March through the end of September. So we were ready to open on March 21st when we got word from our governor that we had to close. So 3 days before our opening, we were shut down. And we had everybody trained and ready to go. So we were in a good position, but we just didn't know when we would get word that we'd be able to open again.
Yeah, Shane, and that's interesting. Like, why was it so important, or why is it so important to reopen these water parks?
Well, we are a family-run seasonal business, so we don't have the luxury of a big corporation that funds us when we have to shut down for a major portion of our season. We also employ over 500 employees, and we have about 400,000 people come through the park every season. So, we provide employment, we provide summer fun, and just a great way to spend the summer. So it's been a challenge being closed.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. It's so important for people to get outside right now. What precautions are you guys having to put in place with having that many visitors and that much staff working there? You want to make sure you have all the precautions in place.
Yeah, so we went through a complete evaluation of what was going to be happening at the park when we did get word that we would be able to open. Thankfully, Nevada has been ahead of the rest of the country in opening, and we did get word from our governor that the water parks could open on May 29th, I believe it was. So we put together a comprehensive package of all the new protocols and safety policies and everything that we would be doing to make sure we were in compliance with CDC regulations. So we do have to operate our park at a 50% capacity. We do enforce social distancing in the pools, on the queue line towers, in the slides. We disinfect all our life jackets. We have extra sanitation around the park. We've doubled our cleaning staff. We've limited our hours. So we really have a compromised season, but it's working out really well for us, and people are excited to be back in the park.
Yeah, and with all that excitement and all the new restrictions that are certainly in place, Shane, can you talk a little bit about any type of resistance? Because I know that there are times where people are like, why do I have to do this? Or why do I have to, be clean in this specific way? I'm just doing this. So do y'all deal with that a lot?
Well, of course, with all the new regulations, it is sometimes met with resistance. And I think we see that everywhere with all these new precautions we have to take. We deal with that a lot. Thankfully, we have people here that are at the water park. They want to come. They've been cooped up all season, all summer or winter long, and they're ready to come out and play. So they are aware that they're going to have to comply with these new regulations. And those that are still fearful, they haven't been coming out. So everybody that comes to the park is ready to play, and they understand they're under some restrictions.
Yeah,
absolutely. It looks like an amazing place to go, honestly. So what kind of attractions do you guys offer? Because I saw a lot going on in that last photo we saw.
Well, our park is spread out over 28 acres. And what's great is here at the park, we have over 2 million gallons of chlorinated water. And the CDC has stated that the virus is difficult to travel and spread through chlorine. So it's really a safe place to be. We've got about 20 family attractions, water slides. We have a large 32,000 square foot wave pool. We have a large lazy river, and we have a great children's area. And then all the great things, cabanas, food, all the things you come to expect from a water park.
All right. Now, Shane, to be completely honest, like, have you gone on the big slide, man? Have you done those things?
You know what? I have personally tested every one of those and made sure they were ready to go before anyone else got on them. Now, one of them was a little questionable. We had to make sure it was toned down a little bit, but the first ride was pretty wild, and now everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Which one is your favorite? Which one's your favorite?
My favorite slide is the one that they showed earlier. It's the red, white, and blue mat racer slide. We call it Surfing USA, and it's just good, fast downhill action. That there is my favorite slide in the park.
Nice.
I didn't even see that it was an American flag. That's so cool. Perfect for 4th of July.
Surfing USA, great for the 4th of July. Now, the wave pool is also great too, and it's our most popular attraction because when it's 110 degrees outside, people want to be in the water.
Absolutely.
And Shane, right now.
you can get in the water. You just be the only one in there.
I'm ready to go.
And Shane, how can people find you guys real quick?
Wow, we are on cowabungabayvegas.com is our webpage, and on Facebook we're Cowabunga Bay Vegas, and we're in Henderson, Nevada, which is about 15 minutes east of the famous Las Vegas Strip.
Nice.
Amazing. Nice. I definitely didn't know about that. I had a friend who told me one time that they went to Vegas as a kid, and I said, what is a kid doing in Vegas? They said, my parents took me to a water park, and it was your water park. So I was so excited to see you on our docket today, and family fun for everyone. So we really appreciate you coming on and sharing that with us, Shane.
Yes, thank you for having me. It was fun.
All right, cool. All right, well, good to know. Making a splash. Need to pull out my, old swimsuit, perhaps dig through that drawer. But coming up, we are going to take a look at Cheryl's closet. Yes, I've been dying. Welcome back to Main Street Living. Got it right that time, Quincy. Welcome back. That was all me. Just in this last break, we were talking about organization, and Quincy said he can't stand it when things are out of place.
Yes, I am a very organized person. At least I think I am. So big
Organized
shout out
chaos.
No, just straight up organized. But big shout out to Operation Reorganization, which is another Yurview show that we actually share on this network with, and it's about the Closet Factory. Who, by the way, they have locations all over the nation. But in this particular segment that's coming up, our co-host Cheryl gets her master closet redone by the Closet Factory of Hampton Roads. Lucky her, right? Well,
we'll see. I got to see the finished product.
Yeah, let's see what she.
My name is Cheryl Nelson, and I'm a TV host, meteorologist, and lifestyle expert. And I always want to make sure that my house is clean and organized. The house was built in 2000, and we moved in not too long ago. And it's gorgeous. It's one of the houses with a very open floor plan. I've got a beautiful water view. It's honestly a dream house, a house that I've always wanted to live in. The kitchen is nice. Everything is really contemporary. It looks modern. And then I get to the bedroom, and it's gorgeous as well, but I got to the closet, and I'm going, oh no, why? In such a pretty house, why are there wire racks in here? I tried to stuff as much in there as possible, and I really didn't care how it looked. Like the shoes, for example, just stacking a bunch in there, throwing them on top of each other. And my husband's going, why are you doing all this? I would stack up boxes and bins as high as they would go to the ceiling. And he said, honey, someday these are gonna collapse. They're not gonna be able to hold all this weight. I'm like, it'll be fine, we're good. And I hate to say it, but he was actually right this time. It's a walk-in closet. It's not small, but it's not huge either. So I know I need some space definitely for the shoes. So as long as I can have places for those to go, of course the skirts as well. Some dresses are long, so we have a nice place for the long dresses to go. It was stressful to get ready for today because the closet had to be empty, and a lot of it fell on the floor when the wire racks collapsed. So that I just threw in the bathtub in the master bathroom. So my tub is now full up to basically the window and a little bit above that. It's horrible how much stuff is in the tub. And then the clothes that were still in the closet, I had to take all of those out, and my husband was kind enough to buy those metal clothes racks that you can kind of wheel away. So we have 3 of those, and those are now in the bedroom next to the bed. I've heard wonderful things about Closet Factory, and I've actually seen them at some of the home shows in the area in Hampton Roads and coastal Virginia. And so I've had brochures, I've looked at the Closet Factory website, and everything I see looks spectacular. You guys have a great reputation, and it's something that I said, well, whenever I do this, this is who I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Closet Factory because they do it right. Tina has been fantastic. From the moment I met her and she walked into my closet, she knew I needed a transformation. And she's so sweet and easy, and she knew right away what she wanted to do and started drawing up a design, and I'm going, this is perfect. So I'm so excited to see what's going on. I've been hearing some stomping around and banging and hammering and nails coming out, and I'm on pins and needles. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
Cody, just coming to check and see how the installation's coming along.
It's good. It's to the point where it's about to start flying together now.
Great.
I'm in my new closet, and it is so beautiful. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's really like I am in an entirely different room right now, and my stuff is sitting out there in the bathtub, ready to go, and it's on racks and on the bed, and it's time to move in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this while I can for the next few minutes, and then get to work. You know, I'm so excited.
I know.
All right,
I know.
wait till you see this.
Me too.
Look
I
at
can't wait
this.
to see your design.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It looks like you have fit everything in here, and you have a little bit of room to grow.
so I've shared my Closet Factory experience with a lot of my friends, and they said, wow, you got Closet Factory? How do you like it? And I said, it's the best thing I've ever done for my house. I should have done this years ago because it makes everything so much easier. The closet has so much more space. And I told them, you should do this. And they said, okay, I think I might give it a shot. And so I don't know what people are waiting for. The investment is worth it. This speaks volumes for itself. And I'm so happy that I'm living like this in a more organized lifestyle right now. And I would honestly recommend Closet Factory to anybody. In fact, I'm already talking with my husband about maybe doing the pantry next.
That is, yeah, that's pretty interesting because there was no room for his clothes at all.
No, but there was room for the shoes, and that was the wish list. So
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Cheryl, congratulations. You got the organization done, and I feel so much better. Now, coming up next, is there a violinist in your backyard?
there should
Yeah,
be.
there's more. Yeah, there's more to come on Main Street Living.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, during crazy times like this, it's an especially important time to find a creative outlet. And for a lot of people, music is that outlet. So our next guest is here to talk a little bit about some music. So please welcome to the show, Ellen Cockrum-Riccio, Principal Second Violinist of the Richmond Symphony. Ellen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Ellen, tell us, how long have you been playing the violin?
I've been playing violin since I was 5 years old. My mom took me to a concert and there was a violin soloist featured, and I just remember falling in love with the sound, and begging her for a violin and some lessons. And so she got me a violin, took me to my first lesson. I was so happy. And then the next day I was playing soccer in the front yard with my brother, and my mom stuck her head out and was like, okay, time to come inside and practice. And I was like, what?
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, but I've been totally sold on the violin from a very young age. It's a beautiful instrument.
Wow. So at what age did you realize that you'd want to perform in a symphony someday?
Well, I joined a youth orchestra in my hometown, Portland, Oregon. And when I was 12, and I just loved getting lost in that big sound, and I loved that feeling, and more so than playing solo. But I didn't decide to go into music as a profession until really my first year of college. I decided to try going to a music conservatory and give it 100% for 1 year and see how I felt. And that's where I really fell in love with it and decided I wanted to make that my life.
Wow. And that's such a great message too, is that you can figure that out even when you're still in college, if you're going to do that or not. You don't need to start when you're 12 and be working towards that. What has been your favorite part about performing with the Richmond Symphony?
Oh my. Well, the Richmond Symphony is a unique orchestra. I think it's a relatively small orchestra in a smallish town, but the artistic level is very high. People really care about their jobs and playing well together. So I've just been really inspired by my colleagues, and we also, there's a lot of diversity to what we do. We play in a big ensemble. We also play chamber music. We play for the Virginia Opera, the Richmond Ballet.
Wow.
So we don't just play orchestra concerts every week. And so I enjoy kind of every week is something different.
Sure. And then in the midst of this pandemic, how has COVID-19 affected the symphony? Obviously, you guys are not able to play concerts right now.
Right. Yeah, we were supposed to, this would have been the end of our season about now, but we had to stop in mid-March and haven't been able to give any concerts since then. But they're talking about starting again in September, having concerts in some shape or form. And throughout the summer, they're actually offering an online streaming of recitals every week. So
But you found a loophole through this as well. So you started some other performances. So tell me, how did you get the idea for backyard concerts? Because you're also known as a violinist in your backyard.
Yes. So I had about 2 or 3 weeks of solid quarantine, doing nothing at home, trying to practice, wondering what it was all for, realizing that I wouldn't be able to perform for an audience until September unless I did something about it.
Sure.
And honestly, I kind of had this idea that maybe people were enjoying the break from their busy schedule and like going to concerts all the time, you know? But then one day, a friend texted me and was like, you know what? I miss hearing you play the violin. And
good friend.
Yeah, it was really sweet. And it changed my perspective. And I realized that people actually really do need music during this time, even though they can't go to concerts. So I decided to offer this service of bringing violin concerts to people's backyards all over Richmond.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what has been the response for it?
People are in tears often. They've been very moved by the music. I think I've done at least 80 concerts already. So
oh my gosh,
there's demand for it more than I thought. And yeah, people have really loved it and expressed appreciation. And actually a lot of people have never been to the symphony before that hire me. And so they say, I'm coming to the symphony when you guys are playing again.
Wow, Ellen, over 80 shows. Unbelievable. For those of us who are not in Virginia, not in the Richmond area, we want to be able to hear you play too. So stick with us. Ellen's going to stick with us. And when we get back, we'll get to hear a little bit from her violin. Welcome back, Main Streeters. So in that last segment, we got to meet Ellen Riccio, who plays violin in her backyard. Now, Ellen, we're dying to see you play your violin. What do you have for us?
I'll play a song. This is not a classical piece. Mostly I play classical. This is a piece that I play with my family back home. This is called Ashokan Farewell.
All right, let's hear it. Amazing. Thank you so much, Ellen, for sharing that with us. I know we kind of put you on the spot there, so I really appreciate that.
No
I'm
problem.
sure all of our viewers appreciate it. Absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. So if you guys do want to check her out, she is the Backyard Violinist. Ellen, Shokin farewell, right? So sad to say we do have to say farewell to you now, but thank you so much for joining us on Main Street Living.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, stick with us. Coming up, we're going to see how seniors are faring during COVID-19. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, guess what? I just got a gig offer to, and I'm not kidding you, a senior living retirement facility. And
why would that be funny?
Huh?
Why would that be?
You know what? It's one of the toughest crowds I can be in front of, but I'm just so happy to get a chance to connect with people again. I'll be honest.
That's gonna be more your demographic. We already went over the millennial lingo at the start of the show, and this is gonna be way up your alley, I think. Just like this next interview might be. You guys may have seen this interview last week. We just decided that we missed Miss Cheryl so much that we had to re-air this interview. She interviewed another Cheryl Wilson, nurse and CEO of St. Paul's Senior Services.
Tell us about St. Paul's Senior Services and what exactly it is and what you do.
St. Paul Senior Services has been in San Diego on Bankers Hill for over 60 years. And we started out in residential care. We added health care. We added assisted living. Then we added daycare programs for Alzheimer's and for childcare. And then we added PACE, which has turned out to be one of our largest programs. We serve over 1,000 seniors who are very frail, very poor financially, and live in substandard areas. And so we take care of those people in their homes. We also have a skilled nursing facility, and we have about 47 vans on the road at any time, picking up people, taking care of people. And we're very proud to be a leader in senior care in San Diego.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibilities there. And I know when COVID-19 hit, I mean, nobody was really expecting it to turn into what it is now. How are you keeping everybody safe?
Well, at St. Paul's, I think maybe because I'm a nurse and because we have physicians on our payroll and we have 2 medical directors, we were ready for this. And so before the national lockdown or the county lockdown, 2 weeks prior, we actually had decided to lock down. And so we closed our facilities and we started talking to our employees about sanitation and prevention and care, which they all knew anyway, but we started talking even more with people who weren't our usual caregivers, not our usual nurses, but our drivers and our maintenance people and our grounds people, talking to them about their personal health, sanitation, caring for themselves, and keeping infection out of our buildings.
That's so true. And I know it's got to be really tough to do. And you want to do a lot for your staff as well and make sure that they are safe and well. And so what else is going on with your staff? And then moving into summer, what are you going to do as a lot of businesses start to reopen?
Well, you know, we can't care for our seniors if we don't have our staff. So we recognized that very early on, and we started to provide certain benefits to our staff. We closed our normal childcare. We locked that down. We closed it, but we reopened it for our employees because the schools closed down. And if they had to stay home with their children, they couldn't come to work. So we opened up our childcare program just for our employees. We also started offering our employees meals because if they had to leave the premises to go and buy something at the local store or the local restaurant, that was a chance for them to become infected. So we started providing meals to them. We also, for those people who were caring for anybody that was suspected of COVID, we offered them hotel rooms to stay in. We also provided weekly communication, daily education, fitting for masks, the very special N95 masks, showing housekeepers how to use gowns and gloves and masks and visors. We also showed people, as I said, that our drivers and maintenance people, how to use disinfectants safely. But we really wanted to take care of our employees. We started screening at the front door, temperatures, asking questions, making sure that our employees were healthy and well when they came to work, and asking them to stay at home also, so that they could prevent catching an infection if they went to the store. So that was a challenge, but we have risen to the challenge, and our employees have really appreciated it, I believe.
Wow, you are going above and beyond, and your facility sounds like an amazing place. And quickly before we go, anything else you want to share?
We have had no COVID-19 cases in any of our residential facilities. In our PACE program, we've had very few for people who are living at home, and those few that we have had have been going to other programs and have brought it back. So we are caring for them. We're doing our own testing. We don't rely on the county for anything. And we are here for our seniors because you know what? It's been 2.5 months before anybody ever recognized that seniors were a vulnerable population and needed to be cared about. We got no PPE, we got no support, and we really had to do it ourselves. And so I congratulate all the long-term care providers in Beaver County for what they have done to keep our seniors throughout the county healthy and well.
Cheryl, I really applaud you for all you are doing, and I send you all the best and all my prayers. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Cheryl
Two
and Cheryl.
amazing Cheryls. Yes, two amazing Cheryls. We love to see it. Such good work that the St. Paul Center is doing. So great to see. Stick with us. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we have more Main Street Living.
Hey, welcome back to Main Street Living. That was a pretty fun show today, right?
Yeah, water parks, violins. What else could you want?
Yeah, and her violin playing was beautiful too. So shout out to that young lady. That's a lot of shows that she's put together too. I mean,
absolutely.
Wow.
You're kind of slacking, right?
Yeah. I thought I was doing a lot of work. I'm like, I've only done how many? How many did you say? 4? I've only done 4. I thought I was killing the game.
Yeah, maybe quality over quantity. But yeah, I'm definitely inspired. I want to play the violin music while I reorganize my closet. Now I'm thinking about it and trying to get some ideas.
Well, that too, but you also still want to get out in the water and get wet and play out in the water. Meanwhile, I'm worried about my water bill because, like, when we did the balloon fight, I mean, it got dicey out there. I mean, like she was actually throwing real hard balloons at Dad. And, I don't want to say what I did to her back because then that could be child services and all this stuff. Hit her right back in the face. Yeah. But, it's the water bill I'm worried about. So, it is what it is.
But yeah, I think road trip to Vegas. I think we got to go to the water park. We got to do, what is it? Was it Slide in USA, Surf in USA?
Yeah, it was one of those, but it was a huge slide. All I know is that I'm still like, now that's something that I love to do. I know that you like to do skydiving, building, jumping, and all types of stuff. But I love the slides. So as soon as I get a chance, yes, I would love to meet you there. And yeah, me, you, Cheryl, everybody, let's go. And Cheryl can bring her cats.
That includes you too, at home. You guys are the most important part of this show. So thank you so much for joining us every week, letting us into your homes because you can't really let other people in right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't forget to check your cable guides for the new episodes every Monday at 9 p.m. And I know Cheryl's not here to say it, so I get a chance to say it. Look, we will see you all next time as we take another stroll down Main Street. Hey!